T-minus 10 minutes.
You could put some joy upon my face. Oh, sunshine in an empty place. Take me to Georgia, and baby, I'll make you stay. Oh, I can't see your pain. Feel you give me love again. Round and round we go. Each time I hear you say, this is the rhythm of the night. Oh, night. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the night. This is the rhythm of my life. My life.
T-minus 9
This
minutes.
is the rhythm of the night. Night. This is the rhythm of the night. Night. Won't you teach me how to love and learn? There'll be nothing left for me to yearn. Think of me and burn, and let me hold your hand. I don't wanna face the world in tears. Please think again, I'm on my knees. Sing that song to me, no reason to repent. I know you wanna say it. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh, night. Oh, yeah. The
T-minus
rhythm
8
of the
minutes.
night. This is the rhythm of my life. My life. Oh, yeah. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh, night. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the night. This is the rhythm of my life. My life. Oh, yeah.
Load up our guns, bring your friends. It's fun to
T-minus
live
7
and
minutes.
to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh, I know a dirty word. With the lights out, it's a dangerous. Here we are now, entertainers. After stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertainers.
We sing happy birthday to you, and may all your dreams come true. Happy, happy
T-minus 3
birthday.
minutes.
This is your birthday song.
Celebration all night long.
May all your dreams come true.
We sing all together. Happy birthday to you.
This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song.
Celebration all night long.
This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song. This is your birthday song.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
T-minus 2 minutes.
This is your birthday song.
Celebration all night long.
May all your dreams come true.
Sing all together. Happy birthday to you.
This is your birthday song.
Celebration all night long.
May all your dreams come true.
We sing all together. Happy birthday to you.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds.
This is your birthday song.
Celebration all night long.
May all your dreams come true.
We sing all
Minus 30
together.
seconds.
Happy birthday to you.
T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Plans to attend Florida International University Canadian football career to major business. Thank you, Clayton. Taj Gibbs, being escorted by Wesley Gills. Taj
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Because I don't want to ruin my game.
And vaping and sports just don't mix.
Because I care about my lungs.
Because it's more addictive than cigarettes.
Because getting suspended doesn't look good on college apps.
Because we don't know the long-term effects.
Because it's stupid. What's your reason?
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Kickoff's right around the corner. Buckle your seatbelts and hold on tight. It's time for some Tiger football.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. TigerVision is brought to you in part by Conley Buick GMC, Arctic Air, Conley Subaru, 662 Customs, Everglades Palmetto, North River Prevention Partners, Garrett Richard, Clicking Spree, the Manatee County Fair, Coastal Mobile Screen, Minnesota Pools, Burton Trucking, and WB3, the Legacy of the Peak. Stay tuned, the Manatee County Fair pregame show is up next on TigerVision.
County Fair pregame show. The 2024 theme, Fun is in the Air, at the Manatee County Fair. Put these dates on your calendar, January 11th through January 21st. And we're now broadcasting live from Paradise here in Palmetto, Florida, with seniors being introduced here at Palmetto High. The Ida Bay Bulldogs have made the 94-mile trip north along Florida's beautiful west coast and have arrived at Harley Stadium. We thank the #1 fan base in the world, our TigerVision fans, for tuning in to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. Tonight in this Class 4S Region 4 District 13 versus District 15 matchup, we have a David versus Goliath situation as the hometown Palmetto Tigers, whom traditionally make deep regional playoff runs, face off against an Ida Baker Bulldog team that has posted 0 wins this season. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined tonight by my broadcast partners, Mr. Ken Burton Jr., Troy Bellamy, with our Arctic Air Sideline report, and our statistician, Mr. Steven Johnson, in our Atlanta studio. With that, I'm going to turn over to my broadcast partner, Mr. Ken Burton Jr., and we'll talk about our keys of the game.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Brian. As you said, deep regional runs. The districts in all the regions have pretty much been decided. These Week 11 games may or may not jostle the rankings a little bit. You just want to win this last game to kind of shore up where you are. And right now the Tigers are sitting at the number 6 seed in Region 4, Class 4S. So if nothing changes tonight, Brian, they will be heading back to Sarasota Riverview for the opening round. It'll be 2 wild card teams going at each other in the first round because they're the number 3 seed. And our opponent tonight, Ida Baker. And I tried to go back and see if we played them before, and I couldn't find it, but I think we had them at a postseason a few years ago. But as you said earlier in your opening comments, David versus Goliath is definitely the case. Besides not winning a game this year, they've lost 12 of the last 13. Number 67 in the state in our Class 4 suburban state rankings. They've been shut out 4 times this season. They have scored 35 points, and 14 of them in one game. And last winning season was 2020, Brian, where they had a 4-4 record. And the only other question I had about them was, who is Ida Baker? And I had to look her up. She was the founding principal at Cape Coral High School when they opened in 1977, and also the first black female principal in that area, and also served as an administrator for the Florida Department of Education afterwards in Tallahassee.
Well, following up on Ida Baker, tonight I look at this game as you've got to run out there, and it's us against the world mentality tonight. You know, one thing, we haven't participated in a lot of teams that lose a lot of games in our lives.
No.
However, you know, one thing, the guys that remain are the true blue, kind of all kinds of weather types that they are going to be there, and they will come and bring the fight. And tonight they really have to play the game like it's the last game of their life, and play wide open.
And for some of them, it probably is. And the only ones that think that they have any given chance tonight are those players you were mentioning in that locker room to shock the world here, and that's what their intention is tonight. But flipping over to the Palmetto side, as you stated earlier, they're recognizing all the seniors, the camera people, the managers, the equipment, trainers, you name it. Everybody gets recognized, cheerleaders, band members, but there's 18 seniors playing their last home game tonight here at Harley Stadium on the turf. And for them, they're hoping to rebound from 2 back-to-back losses. And this will be the final tune-up for the playoffs that will be next week, which we're definitely going to be a part of.
Well, the seniors, tonight they have to focus on just one, get the win.
Yes.
And then start talking to those underclassmen with leadership about what's ahead to prepare for playoffs. If you haven't prepared for FHSAA playoff football, it is a very challenging time, and hopefully a big win tonight, but they would have to prepare, take care of business tonight, and prepare for those playoffs games.
Yeah, as you mentioned, 67 teams in Class 4S. After tonight, it drops down to 32. So everybody is pretty much good, and they have, for the most part, winning records. So my keys were, yes, you need a win tonight heading into the playoffs. Let's snap this losing streak and start a little run here. They need to take care of business. Hopefully we'll get to call a lot of names tonight that we haven't been able to call. And the most important thing, in talking to Coach West, he's going to rest some players, injuries and for some other reason, but we do not need to get anybody hurt tonight, Brian.
And Ken, you're on a roll here, so I really believe that tonight, statistically on paper, it should be a running clock type game for the Palmetto Tigers. However, you and I called a game with Parish Community in Braden River a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Amazing, with Parish Community leading late in the third quarter. And, we've seen stranger things in the game of football.
That's why you line up and play. And if you remember that game, it was at Braden River, I think, on their homecoming, and they nearly shocked the world. They gave them fits, like you said, all the way to the end of the game.
Yeah, tonight is one thing with our TigerVision production here. You can see the beautiful field out there. We've talked about that. It's that Rhino 26 that you educated me about. It's a sawdust-based, field. It's not like one of the tires that, that's the black pellets out there. It's been very good. Last week you saw quarterback Clayton Dees throw for over 400 yards in the Cross River rivalry versus Manatee. And one thing we haven't talked about enough on senior night here, Clayton Dees, the quarterback, 6'3", 185 pounds, extremely mobile, and he's running a very complex offense, and there was a defection of receivers, and the younger receivers are starting to figure this out for Clayton, and you've seen him really start to soar here. And, I think he's only played the game 2 years. We talk about this.
It'll be 2 years as of tonight when he completes it. And he's headed to Florida International to continue his career. And the one thing, what I like, he injured his knee that first game, and he's been playing on a brace. So there's probably going to have to take care of, do some type of rehab to get that corrected before he heads off. But he has been not only a great player and quarterback, and still learning the game, but a great leader for this team.
Another, senior this year, Rock Lodge. Last year had a very good year, but this year so dynamic. Number 2, as you watch the game and you're watching from outside areas, outside of the state of Florida, what you see in Rock Lodge is a dynamo. He has the ability to make people miss. He can really elevate to catch those high balls out there. He's a kick returner, punt returner, and he's one of those skilled athletes. You could plug him in at running back, and he'd do a great job. He's a slot receiver. You could run some wildcat quarterback with him. He had some history of being a point guard on the basketball team.
Yes.
He's a good leader, and you've seen him really help those younger receivers along, especially with the rising of the Dylan Wester.
Yes.
Not a senior. He's a young sophomore, and this year he's playing like he's a seasoned vet.
Yeah, and he had to step up. As you said, we lost 3 Division I Saturday players in wide receiver before the season started, so he had to step up. He was the senior and has done well. 42 receptions coming in, 4 touchdowns, and he's also been more dynamic as a kick and punt returner for the Tigers this season.
And we'll talk about the offensive line for the Tigers. It's a part of the game as you watch the ball moving down, up and down the field to the skill people, the quarterbacks, the running backs. One thing we don't mention enough is those offensive linemen. And Marcus Smith for the Tigers, number 75, he just got an award this week. 6'3", 287-pound senior offensive lineman. Just has been outstanding along with DeAndre Berry. And now we're going to kick it down to our Arctic Air sideline reporter, Mr. Troy Bellamy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Harley Stadium senior night. As you can see the backdrop behind me, the seniors are getting ready to come out for their last, perhaps, home game here at Harley Stadium. Still lots to play for the Tigers. They are looking to snap this losing streak and get back on a winning streak. Nothing like playing a team that hasn't won a game all year to try and get that going. Perhaps even get some players that don't play very much out on the field and see what we have ready for next year. So there's a lot of still implications that we have for playoff seeding as well as momentum for the rest of the season. Let's kick it back up to you guys.
Troy, while I've got you here on the air, you do such a good job with the Arctic Air sideline report. I wanted to say this, Troy. It's always a benefit for us when we get into the games where the younger players may play, that all of the players out there, and it's great to have you on the sideline, Troy. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to see some of them grow up. I see that some of them are seniors or kids that I taught at Lincoln Middle, and I'm very proud of them and their families, and they should be celebrating, enjoying this. This is the next step in their maturation.
Thank you very much with that Arctic Air sideline report from Troy Bellamy. Looking at the captains on the field tonight, I'm going to go ahead and announce that for the Tigers. You're going to have number 10, Jacoby Morrell, out there. He is right next to number 75, Marcus Smith, who I just mentioned, the 6'3", 287-pound senior. And then we also have out there number 77, which is DeAndre Berry. And then along with Clayton Dees, the quarterback, number 3. Great senior leadership up there.
Very appropriate for senior night to have four of the top seniors out there to do the coin flip.
And on the opposition team, we have number 55, number 56, number 7, and 34. Number 55 is Marks Louis Jean out there. And then number 56 is Jose Mora. Number 7 is James Donnelly. And number 34 is Brendan Donnelly. So it looks like 2 brothers or cousins are out there together. That's something we see a lot of here in high school football, Ken.
Oh yes. I think of those defensive linemen down in Port Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
That have wreaked havoc the last couple of years, and the 2 running backs for Riverview that graduated a few years ago.
Sure.
And those are just the ones off the top of my head. And then we've had the Westers out here.
Oh, family of the Westers has been very, very good to Palmetto High School, Ken.
Absolutely.
So the coin toss is taking place right now on the center of the field. So here with a beautiful sunset on the horizon here at Harley Stadium, here's the coin toss. And he's talking to him now about sportsmanship. Well, look at this look here, Ken. Isn't that great? Go ahead and take it from here, Ken.
Well, eventually he's just got to tell them it's heads or tails. You got to call it before you flip it, because there's been issues on national TV where they didn't do it right, so they generally make them call it before they flip it. And it'll be interesting to see if the Tigers take the ball if they win or defer.
Strategy here is tails never fails. You know, really you would probably, coming in this game for the Bulldogs, they probably want to go ahead and get the ball received and try to get some points on the board.
Yes, points have, they've struggled with the points, so the sooner the better. Yes, absolutely.
So that's your captain out there, number 34, Brendan Donnelly makes the call.
Does it look like about a quarter? I think he's flipping a quarter. Ida Baker won.
Ida Baker won the toss, and they're going to defer.
Oh, we were wrong.
So they're going to go out there and play some defense against this very potentially high-powered Palmetto High School offense.
And defensively, they're giving up right around 40 points a game.
And soon we're going to have the national anthem. Tonight it's going to be sung by Javante McNeil. So the presentation of the colors is now on the field, approaching the 50-yard line, and Javante McNeil will be singing the national anthem.
The United States Guard is Cadet Sergeant First Class Sanchez. The Florida Guard is Cadet First Sergeant Benitez.
Well, Ken, now that the most important part of our production is closed here with the singing of the national anthem, we're going to get ready to have some beautiful weather, high school football here on Florida's beautiful West Coast.
And I just have to say that Coach Whidden just continues to perfect doing the field up. He's been doing it for 20 some odd years now, and it's like he's got it looking like turf.
He really has done a fabulous job.
I'm telling you, the lines are all straight, and the P is just perfect. Yeah, I mean he's getting good at it.
Well,
he could go big time.
I was thinking about Coach Whidden as the Tigers do a round-off flip there entering the field.
Guys,
go ahead, Troy. He's got Coach.
I have Coach with us tonight. Coach, still lots to play for tonight. I know it's senior night. You want to get back on the winning track. What's your message to the team tonight?
The biggest thing, go out and play for those 18 kids whose last game it may ever be here at Palmetto High School. So go out and let's show up and perform for them. It's not about you tonight. It's about those guys. So let's go out and put on a good show for our seniors.
Way to start off this great season for you. Let's try and end it on a great note.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the Arctic Air Sideline report with the interview with Coach Rashad West.
Yeah, they were very relaxed. I was out walking amongst them as they were warming up. Very laid back, very businesslike. They know what they need to do, and as Coach said, it's all about the 18 kids tonight, Brian.
Now, I don't see a 10 on my roster, so Hit Lab in this rivalry, there's going to be some hard hitting tonight. You want your kids to learn some hard hitting on the baseball diamond. Go see Corey Dehan and Ryan Willis at the Hit Lab located in Palmetto.
Ryan Willis, that boy could hit a softball.
So with 12 on the clock, number 10 is ready to kick this one away. Two dangerous returners back there. Number 10, we'll call him Thurston Howell III, approaches the ball. Driving kick, and it is going to be fielded at the 16-yard line by Rock Lodge. And he makes one or two miss. Going down the sideline, makes another miss. He's all the way down. He fumbles the ball, and it's going to be recovered. And it's picked up there by number 5. And
there you go. That's
Carter Long with
that's why you line up. It looked like really they had him hedged in on the sideline, but he is so shifty, as you said earlier, and nearly with people running around, nearly took it to the house, but tried a little too hard there and ended up coughing it up, and so they get the ball regardless of deferring to the second half.
So there will be a flag on the play.
Where was it thrown?
So with 16 seconds off the clock, a great return for the Tigers.
That was a long play.
There was a block in the back right at the 35.
Okay, so the block in the back occurred at the 35. I see the flag is right there on the spot, so it would be taken from there. But, they're going to decline that one and take the possession here.
Yeah, no doubt. They're going to decline that penalty and take over possession here.
Now, was that Rock Lodge or was that Dylan Wester?
That was Rock Lodge on that play.
I thought so. He's got his jersey tucked up kind of tight tonight. It's kind of hard to tell if it's 1 and 2 there. Always a better view for you at home and for Troy on the sideline than we have up here in the press box. And the reason I asked the question because recently Wester, it was all Rock Lodge with the big runs early, but Wester's really
he's come on
to do the same.
And Magwoods gets one every so often.
So here will be the first offensive possession for Ida Baker. Ball is marked on the 21-yard line. 1st and 10. Oh, low snap, and he's going to be tackled immediately back there in the backfield. Looked like Jacoby Morrell was involved in the tackle back there.
Yeah, that play was going nowhere from the start. When you one hop it to the quarterback, things are not going to go well, and defense was right there.
Ball is marked at the 16-yard line, so that's going to bring up a 2nd, and we'll call it a very long 12. Adrian Scott will take this out of the shotgun formation, and there looks like they may have had a little bit of movement early there.
Yeah, I think they saw the speed of the Tigers' defense there and trying to get a head start on them.
Tricky play call. They had Josiah McKnight come by and take the handoff on the snap. Did you see that?
Yes.
And he's sneaking through, trying to sneak one through the middle of the line. So they're pulling out all the stops here very early on.
Yeah, that might have been why they took the ball. They want to try out all these gadget plays, possibly.
Two receivers out to the right side of the formation, one single out here to the left. He takes the ball out of a pistol formation, rolls to his right, rolling. Being chased, throws it to the sideline. It's going to be a complete pass, a gain of about 3 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up a very long 3rd down here, Ken.
Yeah, it looked like the tight end Joshua Gray on just a down and out makes it a manageable 3rd and 8 or so here. This is, again, a team that struggled scoring points, but definitely need to convert this, move the chains, and keep this drive alive.
Guys, interesting. A number of seniors that are starting, except for the Samuel brothers. One freshman.
Thanks very much for that report. A little dump out to the tight end. No gain on the play. Actually, a little loss on the play. So they're backed up. Now it's going to bring up a punting situation here for the Bulldogs.
And Matalaw was right there to greet him for the loss. Tigers' leading tackler, averaging about 10 tackles per game in his junior year.
So Joshua Gray is going to take this one out of his own end zone and fire that one away. And he's got Dylan Wester back there on the return. Really needs to get a good snap here, Ken.
Yeah, and Wester's sitting at about the 44.
It's kind of a low kick. Takes a bounce. Wester fields it, turns it up, and he's going to be down at the 38-yard line. So good field position for the Tigers.
Yeah, great field position here. See what the Tigers can do. Now, we have a set of players, Rock Lodge and Devon Thomas. Lodge has 845 yards and Thomas has 841. Which one will get to 1,000 tonight first, hopefully, both of them.
So here on the Palmetto Tigers are starting, and a little bit of different look with the offensive package here tonight. 3 receivers out here out wide to the left, 1 single to the right. Looked for Clayton Dees steps up, and he's going to throw it late and incomplete. Another great thing about Clayton Dees, he avoids the sacks. You know, Ken? He does a great job.
Yes, and you saw his arm strength right there. Even despite having a much bigger player on the opposing team grabbing him, he was able to throw the ball out of bounds past the line of scrimmage to a receiver. Oh, what a great shot there.
Right tackle out there is Jacob Stewart, the 6'3", 275-pound junior. Got nicked up in the last game. He looks good tonight. And this one's going to be swung wide, trying to get that corner, and very close to the mark. And that was that Simeon Matt over there? Number 85 for the Tigers, which is Sean Wilson. There's your junior, 5'7", 150.
And Sean Wilson caught a touchdown in the first game of the year against Gibbs. That was huge in our comeback attempt over there in Pinellas County.
And you can see he is blessed with speed, as so many of the Palmetto Tigers are. Now this is a very short third down. Holds it out there in a little bubble screen action. He's going to turn it up the sideline. He's got first down all the way down to the 15-yard line, so great catch. And that time it's Simeon
Matt, the transfer from IMG Academy, who's had a great season here with us. You know, what's interesting, Brian, is they are playing a lot of players right up on the ball here.
So Palmetto now in the ASA Power Red Zone, knocking on the door. Referees talking to the sideline over here. I think it's the equipment.
Simeon had to come out for a back flap violation.
Yeah, equipment.
The officials are really, there's another one. He didn't have his knees. He didn't have his knees covered.
I remember this official from another game, and he is he's pretty tight on the equipment violation.
He just kicked him out. Third receiver now been placed out of the game because of equipment violation. So this official, this white cap is not.
Yeah, and that's something that he did very early in an earlier game. So now Dees throws it out there, and it's caught by Wester, turns that up quickly. He's going to be down to the 11-yard line. So nice pickup on the play, and it's going to bring up a second and we'll call it 4 yards. We'll call it 5. They're moving the marker over there on me.
I got instant replay tonight. So far, the Tigers have yet to run the ball, just going strictly pass.
And there's your run you're looking for. Stepping up strong all the way down to the 6-yard line. And
Devon Thomas.
No, I don't know if that was Devon.
That is Cam Stansel, a freshman.
Oh, yes.
Coach's son.
Coach's son, yes.
And is he still wearing that receiver's jersey out there, Troy?
Because he plays slot quite a bit. So.
Yeah, so Cam number 84 with a nice run. And he has maximized his opportunity. Stansel again shakes off one tackle and takes a big hit and drives through that hit all the way down to the 4-yard line.
he did any yards he gained on that was all him. He had to avoid 3 different tacklers to manage. As we see, there's 1, 2, and 3. And still manages to get a few yards. That's some tough running for a freshman.
I don't know what they're doing in the Stanzel backyard there, but even his brother, they run north and south.
They must play tough football in their backyard.
Yeah, they do. They run heavy. This time they fake it out there, throw a little bubble out there and tunnel, and it was really good job of defense over there by the Bulldogs. So, a little bit of a decision here for the Tigers here. It's 8:01 on the clock.
That's Wilson again. They're getting him involved early. They're holding their own for a team that's given up nearly 400 points this
you can
year.
see Ida Baker flying around. They're actually playing press coverage. They're flying to the football. Their record does not belie their talent.
Yeah, they look pretty speedy out there. So now he's got a wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. Now he looks and rolls to the right. He's going to run this one, and he's going to easily make it in there. So Clayton Dees shows that other part of his game, which is his running ability, and he goes for 6.
Yeah, he comes in with 159 yards rushing, so add about 4 or 5 to that.
And there's a penalty flag on the play, and they've waved it off.
Okay.
Yeah, they waved off that penalty.
So as you said, Troy, with that press coverage, nobody's looking at the quarterback. So they had everything covered and just took it the distance for the score.
And again, like you said, that is a great attribute to have a quarterback that can not only throw the ball, and I mean he's throwing it very well tonight, but also able to make a play with his legs.
And that's his 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Barry with the snap, McLean with the hold, and Gonzalez with a kick, and it is up and good for Brandon Gonzalez. With 7:27 on the clock, Palmetto Tigers lead this one 7-0. Going back to that play, Troy, as you looked at that, it looked like Clayton gave him a pump fake, and the officiating crew was looking for a lineman downfield.
That's exactly what it was. I was talking here with
that's what happened.
The director, Brian Wilkes, and he confirmed that had he thrown the ball, it would have been in outfield.
Yeah, that's it. We've seen Clayton. He does a great job of selling that pump fake and getting those players up in the air, and he did have some linemen down there. So good eye down there. Athletic Director Wilkes and Troy Bellamy with our Arctic Air sideline report. And Troy's never wrong, is he, Ken?
No, I don't know.
I mean,
that's not what my wife says. So.
We've tried to hit him with math questions. Well, he's a math teacher, so those are layups, and we've tried to do everything to throw. We've thrown everything at him, but he's always good to go. Now, Hit Lab. Let's talk about the guys, the fellas in Palmetto. You want to hit the ball, be more successful, head on out to the Hit Lab located in Palmetto and hit the ball hard. Speaking of hard, there's a line drive kick into the end zone for the touchback, so the Bulldogs will take that on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, I think Brandon Gonzalez has been going to the Hit Lab with his kicking. Another senior that's had a great career that, they were talking about him earlier. Senior night was the goalie as a freshman, and then Robbie Stevenson going out there on the hallways looking for kickers and found him and has made him probably one of the best kickers in the state of Florida. And as we see the touchdown again
Great
there.
Play by Dees. He saw it looked like the right guard was down the field. He just, he's looking down the middle field, saw that, and just took off.
And that's being a great leader and game manager.
So a little bit of see some different faces out there on the Palmetto High defense. And to take the snap back there is Adrian Scott. And a nice size back. There's a fumble on the exchange, picked up by Palmetto. He's rumbling, and he's going to go down to the 10-yard line.
Zach Samuel with the recovery. They're waving first down Tigers.
I don't know if they're going to say his knee was down back there, but Zach Samuel Jr. We'll get a great look at it on the Arctic Air replay.
Let's see. Yeah, the quarterback went right and then came back left, and which knocked the ball out of his hand. And Zach Samuel was right there coming from his end position, and he wishes he had a touchdown there. That's a defensive player's dream.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Zach Samuel was Johnny on the spot, like I said, he and his brother, a sophomore and a freshman, are playing varsity here together. I think Jaden, his younger brother, has actually played more varsity games than he has this year.
Wow.
I mean, Zach missed all of last year with a shoulder injury, so it's great to see him out here playing to his full potential.
Palmetto now hands the ball off, and it's going to be a wide run there by Thomas. A really good defense over there to string that out and make it only a 2-yard gain. You know, going back to that Samuel play on last possession, Jacoby Morrell there was one trying to get the ball, and Jacoby had him blocked out, and Zach was able to just reach down, pick it up.
Reach down, yes. Smelling that end zone. Thomas just ran out of room there, and there's a flag. What you got, Troy? Anything on that flag?
Troy, you going to guess that that's a holding on a wide play?
No, actually, I got another athletic director. He said it looks like it's going to be an against the coach of the Ida Baker Bulldogs. And so we'll see what will happen here.
Yeah, they're talking to him, and, you know, on a wide play like that, he probably thought he saw a hold out there or something along those lines. So when they sort this one out, and, you know, with a coach, Troy, would that be a sideline warning since it's the first one?
It's possible that it's a sideline warning, but he threw that one high in the air. And that didn't look like a sideline warning. Usually they make an immediate signal with their hands to denote a sideline warning. This may be a little bit more involved. We'll wait and see here. Oh, so it is.
It is.
Yes, he did. Maybe he came out of the box. He came down past the 20.
So the coach for Ida Baker, Christopher Pikes, in his first year, talking to Rashad West, and they actually coached together 9 years ago at Weber International.
Oh, yeah. Palmetto with 2 receivers to the right. There's going to be a toss, and it's going to be a foot race to the end zone.
Easy.
You can forget about that one.
Yes.
And that is going to be Thomas just took off, and nobody was going to catch him.
Not that time. They had him hemmed up on that play before, but Thomas coming in the season with 767 total yards, rushing yards, and that's touchdown number 12 for him as far as running. He's had a great year as a junior running back.
With 6:57 here, Palmetto Tigers with a 13-0 advantage at this point. DeAndre Berry snaps this one. Oh, low snap. Great job by McLean on the spot, making the job possible for Brandon Gonzalez. You know, you don't give enough credit there to Dylan McLean. Last week, if you watch, Gonzalez rarely misses, you know, field goals or extra points. There were actually 3 blocks last week, 2 extra points, and a field goal. And then, you know, Palmetto eventually lost the game by that same margin. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, our special teams operations have been very consistent over the years. And Dylan McLean, we got to give him a lot of credit. First of all, as a backup quarterback, he started in the spring game, threw for over 300 yards against Tampa Jesuit, a semifinalist in the state championship last year. And he does an excellent job in the holding game, again, which is a powerful tool for us. We've seen our kicking game keep us in games and even win games over the last 2 years with Brandon Gonzalez.
Thank you very much. Our Arctic Air Sideline report by Troy Bellamy. And you want to be successful on the baseball field and in life, it's always better when you just hit the ball harder. Sponsored by Hit Lab, located in Palmetto. There is a driving kick down to the 1-yard line. Palmetto in really good position. Nowhere to go, and good coverage kick. It only return goes to the 15.
Yeah, Ryan Cotton down there making the stop. Probably some of the best coverage we've seen all year. If you can keep them hemmed in inside the 30, that's a good. You're successful. Watching Thomas here, fastest guy.
Yeah.
Getting to the end zone there.
And in that last kick coverage, staying in your lanes, it was amazing. About every 3.5 yards all the way across there, they were absolutely, like you were mentioning, Ken, it was a textbook on staying in your lanes.
Guys, on that last play that we scored the touchdown on, that's Very important play for us as we move on in the playoffs, as teams have now started playing us press coverage. So that little option play will give us another weapon.
Yes, great point.
Adrian Scott hands this one off to the big back, makes one or two miss, drives forward, great running on the play. Goes
the ball.
26-yard. The ball comes out late.
He probably was down, but
they're going to say he was down. What was your look down there, Troy? Better look than us.
Have to see that on replay. It was.
See if
I think his knee was down.
Okay.
So here's the replay.
Got the replay coming
Breaks
in, Troy.
1, 2, 3 tackles. Look for the knee. Knee's down right there. His left knee, you could see it.
Very
hit.
close.
Yes, a matter of split second there. It popped out after his knee hit.
So Luke Butler with a nice carry on the play. Adrian Scott rolls to his right. He's being harassed from the backside. Barely got that one off in time, and it's right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be very close, but short of the first down. Brings up a 3rd and inches.
Yeah, looks like Joshua Gray's his go-to guy tonight. That's his 2nd or 3rd catch already. Not a lot of yards, but he's been their go-to guy as far as throwing.
Got a couple options here with Luke Butler, number 32, and Brendan Dunley, number 34. Let's see who's lines up in the backfield. I see that this is probably, they're not worried about point spreads. They're probably going to go 2-down territory from this distance.
And as well, is it a water break time out here?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to have a water break now.
They have been running. It's 3rd and a short one. They've been running the ball good enough that they should be able to get this first down in 2 plays. We'll see what the Tigers do to maybe load the middle up.
And, if we talk over and over again, what we like to see is, just a quarterback sneak or something along those lines year after year after year.
They're 2 of our great camera.
Jason Boone up there always doing a great job.
And if you don't see him here, you can go to a Lightning game or a Bucks game, and you'll see him there at the stadium.
Yeah, Jason
perfecting his craft.
Yeah,
he's a pro. So here we go. I don't expect them to line up under the center and snap it between the quarterback's legs and try a left-handed pass with a running back out.
Not yet.
So 5:39 on the clock, and they get the Tigers. Looks like either movement along the offensive line or the Tigers.
It's on them.
So there was a false start over there.
That was their other option, was just to sit there and try to get the Tigers to jump. But
another thing I talk about week after week: line up the ball, go on the ball. Remember how we used to go on the ball?
On the ball, yes. Silent snap.
Silent snap, and you got inches. You got 2 shots at it, and now backed up in a 3rd and 5 and.
So this is a game changer now. This is 3rd and long for them.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 and half a foot.
Oh,
now he breaks the tackle, runs up, and he's got. He almost stopped a little early on that, Adrian Scott, but he's got the first down.
Yeah, Scott did a good job of escaping the pressure and running up the middle. Everything was covered very well by our defensive backfield, and he found a lane to get to the first down.
And it looks like he was trying very hard not to get injured early in this game. Don't know about the depth chart here. For those of you at home, I got the roster today. 29 players on the roster. Unbelievable. I haven't seen anything that.
Yeah,
like that
that's well. You can look across the field, and there's not a whole lot of white and blue uniforms over there dressed out.
Rolls to his right. Oh, he's being harassed. He gets the ball off. It's
Picked
picked off by the Tigers. The flag comes out late. It's going to be a roughing the passer back there. You can see that Samuel was just coming free from the blind side, and Adrian Scott took a big hit after the pass.
Colton Davis with a nice interception that's going to be pulled back. Maybe we can see this again.
Colton Davis on that interception.
And Colton's just a junior.
Colton is something else.
He's had a great junior season. Gonna personal foul.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Yeah, it looks like both of those penalties will go against our defense, even on the return of the defensive end.
So watch Zach Samuel here. He's pursuing the quarterback. The ball's thrown, and as Brian described, he got hammered.
Yeah.
After the ball was released, and that's a hard thing to do sometimes when you're going full speed. But it's part of the game today.
So moving the ball, via penalties or, some hard running, they're moving the ball down the field. Big back takes that, grinds it forward, gain of about 3 yards, keeps that clock going forward. It's 4:27 on the clock now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, what Ida Baker, if they can have some long, sustained drives and get this thing down the field and get some points out of it, they will be successful in this game tonight. They want to keep their offense on the field and ours off, and just change the whole outlook of this game.
Coming out here wide to the right side of the field is Gage Blanchard on the left side of the field to hand it off the big back. Nice cut initially, but he's tackled there. No gain on the play. Actually loses about a yard. And we'll see the Palmetto Tiger defensive line was back there.
Cameron Kennedy. There's a host of.
Hey, Troy, who was in there on that tackle?
That was the freshman, Jaden Samuels.
Okay. Boy, he's something else. 17. For those of you watching, he has some great size.
Yeah, he's a big kid. He's very strong. And the defensive coach, Coach Mike Jones, has been working with him intently.
3rd and 11 here for the Bulldogs. So they roll to the left this time with a right-handed quarterback. Throws it out there. It's going to be deflected at the line of scrimmage. Nearly intercepted on the play.
Yeah.
And that was Ryan Cotton nearly coming up with the pick after the deflection.
Yeah, that play had no chance. The fact that he was running for his life trying to throw against the grain like that, as you see here.
There's Samuel.
Samuel again, just sticking his big paw up in the air. He goes 6'3", 6'4", and just batted that thing.
6'3", 230-pound sophomore.
And they can't block him.
Sophomore. He is a terror. One thing about this Palmetto Tiger defense, they've been a little thin this year, but they're very young. Oh, that's a live ball. It may have hit one of the upbacks there, and it's going to be fielded. And trying to make something out of that was Rock Lodge, but he got all the way to the 30-yard line.
That's one thing Rock Lodge will do. You think that we'll just let the ball just bounce and stuff, and at the last second he'll pick it up. And even in a crowd there he did. It was his crowd of his own players, teammates, but
I like him a lot.
Anytime he can get his hands in the ball in space, he's dangerous.
Guys, how many times have we said over the years if they were just 2 inches taller or 3 inches taller, they'd be a Division I All-American? I really think that about Rock Lodge. He is dynamic in space, and hopefully someone will give him an opportunity to show his skills.
Yeah, he's definitely got Saturday skill.
Clayton Dees looks for the long ball. He's got one down, and it's going to be Wester, and it goes right through his hand. It's really a perfectly thrown ball. Dylan had that decision. Do I lay out for that one or do I run through? He probably could have ran through that one for 6.
Yeah, again, we don't talk enough about the offensive line, but watch Dees back here all the time in the world to look at the defense. Again, they're playing that press coverage, man on man.
What
there.
A beautiful ball!
Look at that ball. Look at that camera coverage there. That ball, and he just, a quarter of a step. He has that, and he is in the end zone.
Oh man,
we'll need that next week.
That was a great camera shot. Thomas trying to get out of that, and just a really crafty play there by number 7, James Donnelly, one of the Donnelly guys. What a great tackle.
And the thing about that, we've seen Devon Thomas break those kind of tackles many times this season, and So great job there by Donnelly on the stop.
So the Bulldogs really hanging tough here with the Tigers here with 2:22 in this quarter.
Great effort so far for the Bulldogs.
Clayton Dees looks over the defense. Really good jump there, and he's got a wide open receiver. And this time it's going to go for 6.
That's too easy.
That is going to be Rock Lodge to the house.
Troy, you'll have to elaborate, but there was a breakdown in coverage, or as there wasn't anybody within 10 or 15 yards of him.
So the ball was at the 30. There's your 70-yard pass completion.
Yeah, there's no doubt that there was a breakdown in coverage there. They've been doing a good job all night, but
sooner or later, though, just like Novocaine, it eventually works.
Exactly.
You know, and Clayton Dees in that game against Manatee last week, if you remember, he had 73-yard completion, 60-yard completions for touchdowns. So he had over 300 yards in the first half of that game.
Yes.
And, you know, I wouldn't trade Clayton Dees for anybody in the county. You know, from watching him, the way he, you know, he's great, has great footwork. He makes great reads. And the way these young receivers and then the veteran Rock Lodge are proceeding here has just been fun to watch.
So that was his 13th TD pass of the season, just to 2 interceptions.
He has over 1,400.
1,400 now, 1,600 yards easy.
And when you roll that tape, this is a great thing about TigerVision. It's presented by Conley Buick GMC. When you roll that tape back and that one throw you saw with that tight spiral, that's a ball that can be thrown in any field condition, you know, whether it's windy, whether it's cold. And that's why I think Clayton Dees is a very valuable asset to most teams. Now, Brandon Gonzalez just absolutely crushes this one through the uprights. The hold there was perfect, not an adventure this time, and then DeAndre Berry with the snap, and Dylan McLean with the hold.
Guys, again, we've been very, very fortunate to have a string of consecutive quarterbacks that have been able to play and take us deep into the playoffs. Xavier Williams to Josh Siplin and on down. Xander Smith, who's actually here in attendance tonight.
All right.
And he did a great job for us for 2 years. And now with Clayton Dees, another Division I style quarterback with a huge arm, very intelligent, throws a great ball. And with the receivers that we are and the athletes that we have at the skill position, it makes it very easy.
Yeah, didn't Xavier, didn't he have 7 touchdown passes in one half in a regional game? Right?
He did. He did. That's great. Yeah. That's a great call. Great.
7 touchdown passes in one half. And so,
I don't remember who it was. It was right here on this field.
That's correct.
It might have been
Lake Gibson, maybe? I can't remember.
Or was it Charlotte?
It was Charlotte.
When we played them the second time, and the kids hadn't been playing well, and they woke up.
Tigers with a short kick this time, and nice tackle on the play. Hustling down there was number 33, and that's senior captain Isaiah Jackson. You know, and we didn't talk about that hit lab. That's the difference. You know, Brandon Gonzalez, he kicks the ball into the end zone. He kicks the ball out of the end zone. He's got great looking form. But this time he doesn't hit it as hard. He doesn't hit it as far. And that one's got a little wobble on it, but right on the dime.
Well, you have to remember there's a 12-mile-an-hour wind out there. It's a little gusty. I mean, and he's throwing a nice ball with some wind impact.
And so now with 1:51, the Bulldogs trying to work their way out, trailing by 3 touchdowns, 21-0, Palmetto Tiger leading. And there's going to be a stoppage of play. It's going to be a timeout for the Ida Bay Bulldogs. You know, Ken, this has been a long quarter.
It has. It has quick scores, some long sustained drives, and a couple of timeouts, water break, and yeah.
And you know, going back to that 3rd and 6 inches, you know, and that's one of those. I see it every week in college football. And you got 3rd and 6 inches, and then it ends up being 3rd and 5.5 or
And-
3rd and it's 3rd and 5 and 6 inches.
Well, remember last week, I think the Tigers against Manatee, as we're looking inside TigerVision, where all the magic happens. Great job there. The Manatee game, I think we had the ball on the 6-yard line, and we had to kick a field goal, and it got blocked. Am I right? Am I right? Last week?
Yes.
Yes. We had a 1st and goal at the 6, and had to kick a long field goal, and it got blocked.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, we just saw it last week.
And one thing about TigerVision here, you don't have to. TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. You don't have to worry about trying to find those other games. We're probably not covering them anyway. We've got the scores of the other games right here. Even I'm looking at the scroll right now.
Tomorrow's college
Ohio
games.
State versus Rutgers. So you can just stay right here with us. We'll keep you informed here. Doesn't matter the outcome of the game. One thing about the guys in the stress box back there, they're able to type 174 words a minute and do things like that. So they keep us all in great shape. Now that's going to be an intentional grounding.
Yeah.
He's outside the tackle boxes, did not get to the first down marker. And so
Matalau.
Hey, it's Caleb Matalau.
And there's the flag. Yeah, he called it.
Intentional grounding against the Bulldogs.
So the ball has to get back to the line of scrimmage. There's got to be somebody there, which
Right.
there wasn't. Threw it out of bounds.
That's rather odd because I know at the beginning of the year there was a very liberal interpretation of the intentional grounding call. There were a lot of times, I think when we played that IMG team, that they would just throw it up in the stands.
Yeah.
And it wasn't called. And then now we're seeing more strict interpretation of it here late in the season.
Probably just depends on what crew you get and how they're feeling.
Dive to the right. Boy, what great shot was in there. Let's get Matalau again. Shot the gap and just.
He's padding his stats tonight. That's at least 3 tackles so far.
3 tackles, 2 TFL tackles for loss?
Yeah,
already.
tackles for loss.
And
averaging about 10 a game.
Look at that beautiful hair, man. Look at that.
Yes.
A lot of guys would kill for a head of hair
gosh,
like that,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Is he a relative of the guy that played for Troy? You would know this. The Troy that played for
Steelers?
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Pomelo. They've
No,
been on
he's
commercials.
actually a nephew of Vita
Vita
Vea for the Bucks.
How about that?
There you go.
How about
Explains
that?
the hair. Great hair in the family. Now he throws that one out of bounds. Got a receiver in the area this time. Flag is down in the end zone, so that will be a safety if they call that intentional
If that's
grounding.
holding, I don't think that'd be intentional grounding.
Well, holding's going to go for a safety too, Troy. So,
But I don't see a flag here at this point. I think they just mark it back to the line of scrimmage, so there was no flag on that last play.
really, okay, because the holding would have occurred in the end
Well,
zone. So they're going to. So he's going to
have to punt from about 10 yards. This is going to be scary.
He's going to get this one
You
out
have
of there.
you have to change your angle rushing this thing, but
Tigers playing pretty safe.
They
got it. They got it.
Matalau.
Scoop and score, Matalau.
And he's got it for 6. Matalau with a block and the recovery.
I think going into this play, he wanted to do that, and he wanted the touchdown. Because I think there were a couple of – you see him coming off excited. There were a couple of other players that were closer that could have got the touchdown, and he just wanted it a little more.
It looked pre-snap like he saw something and just crept up there into the gap and just exploded across the line.
And the fact that it's normally a 13 or 14-yard drop, and it was, 10, at most 11 there, made it a whole lot easier for him to be successful. Great job padding his stats tonight.
Yeah, that effort was all Matalau. He just broke through the line and blocked it and then recovered it.
Now good rush around the edge there, but good hold by McLean, and the kick by Brandon Gonzalez is good. Let me check and make sure that is see McLean's got his hand up there. Let's get the replay. Was that Brandon Gonzalez, or we get our second kicker in there?
No, I think that was Gonzalez.
That was Brandon,
So
okay.
they'll probably let him kick
Yeah, I was
tonight,
thinking.
being a senior. So Troy Housey related to Vita Vea?
From what I understand, he is Vita Vea's nephew.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And there are quite a few Matalaus that live in this area.
Yes.
So yeah, he's that's my understanding is that he is a nephew of Vita Vea.
Thanks very much for the Art Care Sideline report. 42 seconds. Palmetto Tigers with a 28-0 lead. Hey, get a kick out of just hitting the ball harder with our friends at Hit Lab, located in Palmetto. A short kick. It's going to be fielded there. He runs that to the sideline, and that was Adrian Scott keeping it safe there, living to play another day.
Yeah, Ventrez Yarn on the coverage, and yeah, there's nowhere to go. But getting back to Matalau here, you know, when you look at players today, he's a linebacker, but could you imagine him at 100 pounds more with his cat-like instincts playing defensive line just like his uncle?
No.
I mean,
it's kind of a nightmare. I was thinking about
it would be
trying
scary.
to block something like that.
I mean, he's hard enough to block right now.
He does put you in the mind of Troy Polamalu.
That's who he reminded me of, Troy.
Yes, he does play like him as a safety.
And he takes, like he did, I think he just called his number, saw something there, and just went for it on that last kick. They were probably in punt safe there. Oh, nice run, driving forward, and that's number 34, which is Brendan Donnelly.
And this has been the bugaboo for the Tigers. Hopefully they're working on this tonight. And I know they don't have their big guys in, the big dogs, but this is something that they have to shore up as they move into the playoffs, because you're going to play the Riverviews and the Manatees of the world, who have already scouted us and decided they're going to run the ball down our throats.
And they both did with great success. That's a great point, Troy. In the quarter?
At the close of the first quarter, the Palmetto Tigers with a 28-0 lead.
28. Baker still looking for their first score of the night.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the #1 stream in the streaming awards. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Say happy birthday to your son Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan with a big birthday yesterday.
Yes.
And now, as that Clicking Spree logo comes up and everybody wonders what that is.
Yeah.
You know, the guys behind us here in the stress box. Handoff this time, the defense in good position, but really a good run there by Donnelly. Nowhere to go, and he was able to get something positive out of that.
Like
brings up a third and
Kennedy on the stop there. Third and short. Actually, this should be manageable, and there's still some fight in these Bulldogs. They just got to sustain a good drive here.
Looks like third and about 2.97 yards.
That's only because Whidden's so good doing the field now.
That's right. Scott.
Oh, he jumped.
Little
Oh, my
jumper there.
goodness. Now it's going to be third and add 5 to
Yep.
that. So what is it?
Third.
8.97?
Yeah, 8.
It was 2.97,
Yeah,
so that would be 7.97.
Yeah, third and 7.97. And, you don't see that marked here on our down and distance there. I don't know if they have fractions in there, Ken.
Knowing the guys in the stress box, they can pretty much make anything happen.
And if this game does get a little tilted one way or another, we're going to try to keep you entertained. 10:54 on the clock. Scott's back there in the pistol formation, hands it off the back, and he's going to be tackled. Donnelly had nowhere to go. Really a great job by the right side of that Palmetto Tiger defensive line. And Chris Gibson, Chris Gibson's one. I like him. He's only a junior. He's 6'3" and 315 pounds. You can't help but clog things up when you got that kind of size. And in high school, sometimes just have some massive big bodies
You just
up
need
there.
the big bodies. We've got plenty of skilled athletes around, but you have to do the blocking and the tackling in the trenches.
This time he gets the punt off, does Joshua Gray, and it's going to go out of bounds, and they're walking that one up. I'm going to guess it's going to be about the 48-yard line. Let's see. 49, 50-yard line.
50-yard line. So another short field for the Tigers. Looking at the
first quarter stats.
Thanks, Steve, from Atlanta. Not a lot of difference in rushing. As we've mentioned, Ida Baker's been running it tough. It's been in the passing and the short fields and the special plays, defensive plays, and special teams where the Tigers have gotten the scores and the 97 passing yards.
So it's 1st and 10 with half the field remaining in front of those Tigers. Slightly, very slightly in Palmetto field position, but they can flip that on this next play. So ball's right at midfield. Clayton Dees waits. He has 2 receivers out there in a stack formation to the left, and they hand the ball off to the middle, and it's a big run. And he's trying to find the edge, using his great speed down to the 10, the 5, and that is number 13, Jeremiah Parker, with the touchdown.
Parker came into the game with 373 yards, trying to get to 500 here, and just got about 50 right there, and
333. He was at
373. And,
373.
So between him and Wester, they both could get 500 tonight, total yards for the season. But I think now with this extra point, we're already looking at a running clock here.
DeAndre Berry. Going to snap this one back to Dylan McLean. And we may see some of Dylan in the second half. He's listed as the second quarterback. Brandon Gonzalez with a kick, and it is up and good. So 9:49, Palmetto Tigers 35-0 here, and
watch this run and play. And look, he runs untouched. Well,
guys, it appears that we'll have the backup kicker, Adam Woodruff. Oh well, he was going like he was going into the game, but maybe they'll save him for the second half.
Is that Brandon in there now, Troy?
Yes, it looks like Brandon doesn't want to relinquish here on senior night.
Okay, senior night. He's got a chance, opportunity for a touchback, and he's got the wind. Is it the wind at his back now?
It's at his back.
Yeah, so he wants to drive this one forward as we are peeked into here, the press box. You can see our beautiful facilities here at Palmetto High School.
All this technology in front of us. And,
Brandon Gonzalez approaches the ball, get a kick out of Hit Lab located in Palmetto down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be returned going up the sideline for a nice gain on the play up to the 32-yard line. So You know, Ken, over the years, 13 years, it's been a lot of fun doing this.
It has, and it never gets old. We've had great games. We've had blowouts. We've had some really tough games, but I always look forward to it, and just proud of the boys and all their support group back there in the stress box, making all the magic happen.
Yeah, and it's funny when your kid, you know, there's Brian Bussell and
voice
Luke
of the
Budden.
Tigers.
How about that?
And his -- 1 spotter.
Yeah, Luke Bussell, #1 spotter, played a little linebacker here. I think he had a little sip of coffee up there at USF. Went on, did some high school coaching, little DC.
Great linebacker.
Always
back in
great
his
to
day.
have Luke and his dad, Brian, in the house. So 9:42 on the clock, and Adrian Scott will take this one. Looks to his right, throws a deep post. Nice ball, but nobody near that one. He tried to get that one out to Carter Long.
Yeah, that was more of a desperation, maybe to take the linebackers to slow up a little bit, maybe by stretching the field.
So
they're just struggling to get first downs here, and it seems like when they get close, they hurt themselves with a penalty or so. But they have ran the ball pretty decent. Again, a first-year coach.
Now they changed things up at the tailback position. This time he rolls to the right. 2 receivers out there. Throws, nice catch over there. And that's going to be number 82, Joshua Gray, the punter.
And their go-to receiver tonight. I don't know if anybody else has caught a pass, but that's got to be at least 4 for him. And he's pretty good.
Pretty good catch right there.
He runs good routes.
It's always good to have a punter back there with good hands. You know, Ken Burton Jr., I have to say, great hands. You know, you didn't have to worry about him bumbling around back there. And it's good to see Gray out there in the pattern. Looked pretty good. Looked like he's pretty quick as he made that outcut.
Yeah, you have to be when the quarterback's under duress. He's throwing. You got to go up there and get the ball too. Like you said, he's got some great hands.
They're really flooding this left side, or the Tigers throw that one out of bounds, and really got really antsy on that one. The pressure really wasn't that tough, and Adrian, he's had enough of it, and he just got a little anxious back there and threw that one out of bounds, too far out of bounds. And really, Troy, was there any pressure there?
There's not much pressure as we have a lot of our backups in, but he was able to get rid of the ball. It was mighty open, good coverage, secondary by the backups.
Thanks very much for that Arctic Air sideline report from Troy Bellamy. So good to have Troy here tonight. Rock Lodge is out there. Boy, they're coming this time. He gets the kickoff. It's a very high kick and knuckleball, and it's going to be fielded by Lodge there. He makes 2 miss, and he's at the 30. And he's going to drive to the 36-yard line.
Mikhail Pittman tried to tackle him, his old guy, so he had 12 on 10 trying to run that kickoff back. But that happens sometimes when you're trying to get back there to block and you get twisted around that. Like you said, that was a high punt, and he fielded it. So anyway, good coverage here, and
we used to say you couldn't tackle that guy in a telephone booth, but I guess let's make it a skinny hallway at a hotel.
Yes,
it's only about 5 feet across. I don't think I could tackle that guy in a hallway. Man, does he have some shake? Does Rock Lodge?
He sure does.
So Devon Thomas back there riding sidecar to the left of Clayton Dees. 3 receivers out in a bunch formation to the right. This time they hand the ball off to Thomas, and he's going to go for a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of who are they going to try to get the ball to that can break something big here.
Yeah, it looked like the tackle was by number 58 on the field, not on my roster, so that was tackled by Alex Hale there. We'll get back to you on that one. Dees shakes off a tackle, rolls. Now he's going to throw the long ball down, and he's got a receiver that's drifting back and intercepted. And it's running up the right sideline. And that's going to be Scott, the two-way player. So the quarterback back there playing center field gets the interception. That one, when Clayton Dees just turned and threw that one across his body, looks like he just he lost his shoe as he was making the play.
Rockland, he was trying to come back for the ball, so that
Rockland lost his shoe?
Rockland lost his shoe at the end of the reception, or he would have been able to come back and fight for the reception.
That would have been one where he threw it up in the stands. But, when it's 35-0, it's his third interception of the year. It's not
a big deal.
Not a big deal.
So the Bulldogs with good position here at the 40-yard line. Scott hands that one off, and it's big Brendan Donnelly, and he ran into a little bit of a heavy wall there.
Madelaw again.
Madelaw and Jackson are the two best tacklers on the field here. They're going to be dependent on forward into the playoffs to make plays. Well, it's kind of hard to be physical when you're 175 pounds going up against some of these traditional powers. They've done a great job all year.
Yeah, and Isaiah Jackson, he's listed, number 33, he's listed at 170 pounds and 6 foot. But he brings every bit of that 170 pounds on every play. And he's a captain of this Palmetto Tiger defensive team. Oh, man. Nice little cut by Donnelly. And, those look like they're going to peel off for 5 or 6 yards, but he goes for about 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Looks like he got popped a little bit, coming up a little ginger, but still running it tough.
I like Brendan Donnelly and number 32, Luke Butler. I mean, they really look nice back there.
And also you've mentioned the tight end, Joshua Gray, also the punter, another good-looking player. Quarterback with the interception. They have a few pieces here.
They do.
And, when a team like this is struggling and with the transfer portal, you see some of these schools, they get away from the traditional offenses where they would go to the wing tee or a triple option or a veer, where it's harder for the other teams to prepare, and you don't need to have as big as offensive linemen. You can kind of offset some, level the playing field that maybe running something like that. I mean, we saw that offense, Charlotte for years, that wing tee, and it gave the Tigers fits. You got to play assignment football and stay in your lanes, and you don't want to. You don't want to. You want to go out there, make a play, but if they pitch it to your guy, he's going to score.
3rd and 7 here. We're going to do a little Florida geography here in a second. 3rd and 7 with Scott. Takes one out, shotgun, rolls to his right. Coming up hard is Madelaw, and he throws this one away. And, you would think that Cape Coral and those schools down there, because of the traffic now in Florida, from Fort Myers, that area to Naples, if you get started somewhere at 4:30 in the afternoon, forget about it. There's about 30 minutes of road there that can sometimes take an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, Lee County's 750,000 people. I mean, they're huge county. A lot of traffic there. Yes.
So Gray's going to go back and. I don't have a height and weight on Gray here, on the roster that I received yesterday. But he's pretty good size back there. He's probably 6'2" and probably a good 225.
I don't know why they don't go for this or run a fake.
Six on the clock here. Gray takes a low snap, and he gets it out of there. Just got that one off quickly. It's going to be fielded there, and that's Rock Lodge.
Here we go.
He's right up the right sideline. Look out. And this is a house call.
Thomas.
And that is Devon Thomas. The Mouse takes this one to the house. Thanks very much. On that far sideline, that's number 1. It looks like Wester.
That's Dylan Wester.
Yeah, Dylan Wester. And one thing from our vantage point on that far sideline over there, it was hard to see, but Wester takes that one and takes that one on the house call. So there's your sophomore. And he, in these last 2 games, Troy.
Yeah.
You had him over there at Lincoln. You know his
Yes, I
speed
did.
there. You've seen an increase, pretty dramatic increase this year, right?
Yeah, his speed has really, really improved. He's always been instinctive, but the speed that he's been able to show all season, and not only that, just being an Ironman, he has scored just about in every conceivable way.
Yes, he has.
He's played defense, he's played receiver, he's played quarterback, and now he's returning kicks. So just an incredible type of player, type of kid you want to have in your program.
Just an automatic there for Brandon Gonzalez. Good snap by Barry and good hold by McLean. And so now Palmetto Tigers with a 42-0. I'm going to talk to you about Wester, and the cousins, and we love them all, the Wester family. But
watch this punt return.
Check this one out. His cousin LeJonte, I'll talk about him, but tonight it's going to be Dylan Wester. Look at this.
They know about on the 50-yard line and it's over.
See that hand behind the pocket? That's
and
when
he's celebrating here with Caleb right there on about the 10. Yeah, but go ahead.
But I wanted we watch LeJonte. He's on the Bolitnikoff watch list right now.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he is.
And, we've seen so many great things.
And I'm not surprised, and I don't think you are either.
No, absolutely not. And this is a very good kick, and this one is going to be kicked by Woodruff, and it's muffed there at the 10. Now he picks it up, runs the middle field, drops his head, drives, gets a nice return out of the play.
Best return of the night.
To the 29.
Josiah McKnight.
And so that was Josiah McKnight with a really good return.
So Adam Woodruff on the kickoff, nice kickoff, and got in some action there.
I thought so. He came in there and stuck his head in there, didn't he, Troy?
Let's see if we can pick him up
We're
here
going
on
to look
the
at it right
replay.
now.
He's a reflection of his coach, Robbie Stevenson, going down and making tackles on the kickoff,
Because he had to. Well, Robbie had to sometimes, No, that was just – it's great to see. So Adam Woodruff,
I
the
got
sophomore.
to throw this jab in, especially since he kicked off to Peter Ward. Oops.
He had a pretty good game against Florida State in that Sugar Bowl, though. All right, so this time he fills that gain McKnight for about a 1-yard gain.
Touche.
Oh, Troy is great. We got Tom off the sideline, and here it comes again.
Can't win.
Can't win. 5:15 on the clock. One thing about Robbie Stevenson, though, you can talk about his playing career and all that, but just everybody loves that man. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
He's just content. To know Robbie is to love Robbie.
Yes.
We even have a Robbie Cam here on TigerVision.
Yes.
It's presented by Conley Buick GMC. Scores of interest rolling in down there, too.
Yeah,
with
they're getting
IMG.
them updated.
Just barely winning over Sarasota. Nice run this time. And he's going to drive forward for a first down. So Adrian Scott with a 12-yard run on that one. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it might be their best run all night, getting them up to the 42. They just can't finish the drives. They can get them started.
And please forgive me, that was Josiah McKnight, number 2.
He's the one that returned the kickoff to the 30-some-odd yard line, and hey, we'll just leave him in there and see what he can do. And he's got him.
So he's
got him near midfield here.
He's back there in the backfield now. Scott taking this one out of the pistol depth. He's got Josiah Knight in the backfield with him. Little movement across the line, no call, and this time off the edge there. Heavy rush. Those numbers are all peeled up underneath his shirt.
Yeah.
Troy, who we got there? We got
Jaden Samuels.
No, that was Andrew Leverett.
Andrew
Leverett, a senior.
6 foot, 275.
Wow.
Troy, you might want to clue him in at halftime.
Yeah.
Get those the old guys up in the press box can't see when you got those numbers.
He's got his number rolled up.
He was the academic guy they were mentioning that
which having taught him shows the growth and maturity that he has made. He is a tremendous, funny kid, a very talented rapper, and
wow.
And he decided to come out for football last year. Didn't play much this year, but he hung in there, and is paying off here on senior night. So kudos to him.
Good for Andrew. It's great to see him with such a, he showed great speed there at 6 foot, 275 pounds. It's surprising how fast that Andrew was moving. 3:31, Palmetto Tigers with a 42.
Yeah, he had
0 lead.
He was recognized before the game with the ACE program and had an unbelievable GPA, and I think he was heading to Florida State, which I'm not trying to pile it on. He's going to get his degree and probably got everything paid for.
Well, that is a good thing. Great education here in the state of Florida.
That's right. It's got a nice little hop there.
So we had a holding
I
there.
think you're referring to number 90, Zachary Betts.
Yes.
Zachary Betts is, he's an incredible student. Andrew Leverett and he, guys, again, they're deep on the bench, but they stuck with it, and they're vital parts of the team. They played some big roles this year.
Zachary Betts, another one, 6 foot, 315 pound senior.
Oh, here, nice run.
Great run there for McKnight. And looks like he felt like he was going to break that one.
Now see, there's Widden's work right there. See how perfect that is?
Line. It's gorgeous.
It's right there, yeah. I mean, goodness, he's
and
outdid himself.
It looked almost identical to that last week.
It did.
Yeah,
it
that
did.
same one-bladed grass.
And the grass,
the
grass is the same height.
Incredible how he did that.
And green, I don't know what kind of fertilizer he's using.
2:35 on the clock here. Second clock, Palmetto Tigers with a 42-0 lead. Adrian Scott, pistol depth, looks to his right, throws it out there.
Oh.
Nearly picked up. That was a beautiful throw. I mean, just between 3 defenders there. Number 6, Nathan Oger Rodzinski. Let's get that right, Ken.
Now,
Oger.
Yes.
Odzinski.
Now watch this replay. Now this is the run and play.
That throw.
But he caught that ball. He could not have seen that ball until the very last second because there was a defender in front of him in the air, and then he was double covered, and he still made that catch, and it was a great throw too. And they moved the chains. I mean, it was second and about a mile.
The defender was right in the column where he's supposed to be in the passing tree, and usually that distraction will make high school receivers drop the ball in itself.
Yes.
So great play there. And that's McKnight running forward again, goes for a gain of 2 on the play. So the clock is winding here. The Bulldogs need to speed things up a little bit going into halftime.
I know they've used, let's see what TigerVision says. They've got 2 timeouts. There's a minute and a half left on the clock.
Got a good look at that Port Charlotte score there. Scores coming in.
That'll be a good game. Clearwater Academy, you know, we've had them here, done a couple of their games. They ought to give Venice a good game
and
tonight.
And Sarasota hanging with IMG White in the first
that's
quarter.
early, but yes, that is surprising.
2nd and 8 here. Minute and 5 on the clock. McKnight again. He's nice. Bounces off a tackle or 2, driving forward, goes for a nice gain on the play. He's going to be about 2 yards short. Clock is winding to 55 seconds.
Yes.
Might be time to burn.
Yeah, they're going to need to burn a timeout here or throw the ball, and they've got to get a first down somehow to stop the clock.
They're letting a lot of time run off the clock here.
2 timeouts.
You know, you might want to, I think it's 35 for running clock. You might want to take that thing, score, and then go for the 2-point conversion, you know, to avoid the running clock situation in the second half.
Yes, at least prolong it, yes. Tigers get the ball. Start the half.
McKnight again, and he's good, you know. I think he got really good.
Did he get to move the chains?
He did.
So there's 19 seconds.
19 seconds.
And they're going to move the chains here, so the clock stops.
Really should have got that timeout with 42 seconds, and now they'd be looking at the 35 and some change here. So But still time on the clock, 19 seconds here.
Ball, they got time. Yeah, I think there's a timeout. So ball's on the 32, so they're probably not in field goal range.
Yeah, so that'd be, what, a 49-yard field goal from here.
That is right.
So 19 on the clock here as the third quarter winds to close. Ida Bay Baker Bulldogs have been driving this drive behind the running of Josiah McKnight. He's lined up there, and he's probably picked up, I'd say, 40 yards?
40 yards just by himself.
Rushing on this one drive. So Josiah Knight doing a great job.
Started it with their best kickoff return of the night.
Interesting move here as the coaches have deployed their starting defensive line. The Samuel brothers, Christopher Gibson, and Jacoby Morrell. But Jacoby Morrell is being sent off the field because his knee pads are not down. And again, this official has really.
Second time.
He's holding everyone to the letter of the law.
Troy, we need to throw you in a tuxedo, and you need to go up there and say, am I okay? So here he comes. Now he rolls to the right. Scott does a fake. So defender
nice
out, throws it out there late, and caught on the sideline. Did he get his foot?
No,
he
didn't.
Close.
He was
close.
close.
That's closer than you think when you get a look on that. We'll probably catch that on the Arctic Air replay. 11 seconds on the clock. Really good heads-up play by Nathan Ogre.
Yeah,
Ogre Raditsky.
Showcasing it, getting the jump in the air. And if you watch this, all you need is 1 foot in, and he was probably 6 inches to a foot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was close.
It was tremendous effort, but from this vantage point here, he was well.
So they got probably 2 plays left.
2 plays left this time. He looks for it, steps up.
Throw
he gets it out late. Big hit on the play. No personal foul on that one.
I think that was a clean hit.
Yeah, so 4 seconds on the clock here on the incomplete pass. So look for the toss into the end zone here.
Let's see if we can pick up. Watch Scott here. He's trying to look downfield, and he's going to get waylaid here right as he throws it.
Is that Cam? Is that?
I don't know.
It's probably Evan Stansel came back in there with a hit, but.
So you're looking at a 49-yard field goal if they try it.
4 seconds on the clock.
Or they're going to throw it up or hope for a pass interference.
Really, no time to run any first down play, like a deep out. There's only 4 on the clock, so this will be the last play without a penalty, last play of the second quarter. Luke Bustle, there was a player on the Ida Baker sideline doing cartwheels over there. Down 42-0, and
going both ways.
Probably. Yeah.
So was there a helmet on?
I didn't get a number on that one.
Yeah. Oh, they are going to try the field goals here, Brian. Number 10.
Number 10, who I do not have on the roster. That's Thurston Howell III for the kick here. Oh, it is blocked. Live ball. It's picked up, and that's going to wind the clock down. We'll get to see who blocked that one. Came from the interior of the line.
Guys, that look like Samuel.
Okay.
Zach Samuel was able to go in there and block that kick.
So the big number 17, Zach Samuel Jr., goes in there and blocks that one. Let's look at that on the Arctic Air replay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he jumped into it. There was –
yeah, he jumped up, and it almost hit him in the knee. He was so deep back there.
Yes, he jumped up in the air to try to catch the trajectory, and the kicker kicked it low right into his knee. It wasn't going anywhere.
So Samuel at 6'3", 230-pound sophomore.
Got
Boy,
some ups.
What
He's got
potential
some ups, yes.
with that guy?
A lot of upside there.
And so it's a clock winds here. We're going to have a delay for halftime, and we'll get some halftime statistics in from our Atlanta studio.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Because I don't want to ruin my game.
And vaping and sports just don't mix.
Because I care about my lungs.
Because it's more addictive than cigarettes.
Because getting suspended doesn't look good on college apps.
Because we don't know the long-term effects.
Because it's stupid. What's your reason?
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. The next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
Okay, testing 1 2. Now I hear myself. Coach, testing.
there and driving to the sideline and out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Good return on the play. You know, Ken, we came out of that exciting halftime. We had the Dazzlers out there. And, you know, I think they were sampling my pre-coffee workout in the morning. You know,
most definitely.
Yeah, with the ambidextrous, the limberness and that. But what a fantastic halftime show for us. We had a rocket launch behind us here in the press box.
Just right here before we took half, and usually it takes it about a couple of minutes before it gets up where you can see. I remember watching the Apollos when I was a kid. You'd watch it launch. About a minute later, you go out and find it in the sky.
And that reminds us all of the Manatee County Fair. This theme this year, 2024, Fun is in the Air at the Manatee County Fair. Put these dates on your calendar, January 11th through January 21st. Now Adrian Scott's going to take this one out of the pistol formation, and he has not McKnight in the backfield. It's going to go back to the earlier running routine. No gain on the play, probably no gain. It's going to be a gain of about a half yard, we'll say.
Yeah, this second half's going to move real quick. We're in a running clock mode now, so but the first half was definitely all Palmetto, even though the stats really don't reflect it because they scored in a variety of ways. Returns, defensive scores, and then quick strikes.
Block punts.
Block punts. So the yardage does not reflect really the outcome of the game.
Scott takes it, hands the ball off to the back, and runs it up to the left side of the field. Nice gain. First down on the play. And that's number 7, which is James Donnelly with a run.
You've called his name several times tonight. There's just some of these players don't have any quit in them. I'm just, this has had to be a very long season for the Bulldogs. I played on 2 1-9 teams here, and those were some rough times.
But you know what? You never forget the friendships you have when you develop in adversity, and half the team quits and those kind of things. Those who stay play.
That's right.
And you develop a lot of character there. And so this time, no gain on the play.
You look like number 58, Andrew Leverett. We've talked about him, the senior nose guard there on the stop.
275. Good to see him out here on the field. Quite a bit of play tonight. 9:10 on the clock. 2nd and 10. Ball's going to be at the 49. Troy, do you have your ears on?
I do.
How about breaking this one out, calling the formation, and work this one through? So we got Scott in the backfield back there with number 7, James Donnelly. Go ahead, Troy.
Formation. Rashawn Brown on the tackle, another Lincoln Memorial Middle School product. He's the brother of Keon Brown, played for us a few years ago.
Yeah.
So good to see him out on the field.
Thank you very much, Troy, with the Arctic Air sideline report, and it's 3rd and 13, running clock, 8:24 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers leading this one 42-0. We remind you to stay with us because if you look on our scroller, we're going to give you all the scores of high school football around the area, scores of interest. So don't run away. We still have some exciting football in front of you right here on TigerVision. It's presented by Conley Buick GMC. There's one right there.
That's amazing, that score.
Now Scott rolls to his left, throws it out there, and he's going to be intercepted down the sideline, the 50, the 40, the 30, and he stepped out of bounds.
Van
Trez Yarn there, number 23, with an interception.
A 10th grader called his name all season, had a great season, and had he not got pushed out of bounds, he might have taken that one all the house.
Students.
And Troy, I coached his dad in hoops many years ago.
That's right.
Let's watch this play together. Quarterback rolling to the left. Just throws it right to him. There's nobody there. He just had to make the play, and he gets pushed out of bounds. Otherwise, he'd have taken that to the house.
So the ball's at the 40-yard line. 7:07 on the clock here. 3rd quarter. Clock is winding.
Different quarterback.
This is going to be McLean. Now, what we've seen out of McLean, he had a really good game versus Tampa Jesuit in the pregame. He's got a lot of skills back there, and, you know, he's ready to play some quarterback after holding a lot of extra points. Now he looks, throws a little slant out there, and the ball is thrown outside, intended there for number 83, Cooper Stover. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, it's good to see these kids getting out here and getting some playing time. They'll get to, as we look inside, there's Nick.
Cooper Stover split wide over
Chris
here with
Bussell.
Sean Wilson to the left-hand side. They hand the ball off the middle. And cutting it up is Thomas. And a really nice gain on the play is going to be about a yard short for Thomas. Devon, you know, he has that home run hitting ability, but he's very elusive inside the tackles, surprisingly effective. Because he's not a huge thumper type of a halfback.
5'8".
Now Jamari Parker is in the backfield, flips out wide, and then they throw the little slant in there behind it. Real good catch out there by number 85, and that's Sean Wilson, the 5'7", 150-pound junior.
I like the throw.
So we
He
have
threw it between three defenders and had enough zip on it to get the completion. What were you going to say, Troy?
We have a water break now, but I agree with you. Dylan McLean, again,
Troy, you're breaking up.
Okay.
Okay.
Coach West has to be very pleased and had to be very pleased coming into the season, knowing that he was going to get Clayton, but to get your backup quarterback to throw for almost 350 yards against Jesuit in the preseason game, just, again, means that you have depth, and you always want depth.
Oh, yeah, I think at the quarterback position. And McLean, we've seen he made a couple nice throws now. He has another receiver out there, so mixing things up with the receivers. He's got number 83, Cooper Stover, out here wide to the left on the formation. And this will be interesting as the younger players get in there to see if they're in the right proper position. Running a little stack formation over here to left on both sides of the formation. This time it's a lost ball on the exchange. And it is now going to be picked up at the –
Nobody wants it.
And it's eventually picked up there by the Bulldogs. And hustling back is number 61. And he's not on my roster, so that was Bob Denver on the recovery.
Yeah, they kicked the ball. It was just a bad, 61 there. Bob Denver's just, you just got to fall down on it. And he just kind of reminds me of that play with the Oakland Raiders where with Henry Lawrence was playing. They pushed it into the end zone.
Yeah,
and Dave Casper falls on it.
You push it forward.
Yeah, eventually, hopefully, if you can get it down to the end zone, you can.
It's not Oski, it's Gilligan.
It's Gilligan,
you try to push it down the field, and then, but not unable to do it there.
Yeah, definitely the holy roll.
The good old Jonas Grumby.
Yeah.
Jonas Grumby. As he was skipping that one down the field. There's some Gilligan Island references going out here with 4:21. We're going to keep it entertaining, but there's an inside handoff. Really nice run there. Running hard is James Donnelly.
Tackle that time by a backup linebacker, Jay Moore Davis, who's been getting an opportunity. He played well in a blowout against Venice, and now he's getting his opportunity.
Yeah, you know, Troy, I don't have a height and weight on Jay Moore. He's a junior.
Jay Moore is probably about 5'11" and about 165, 175 pounds. Tough kid.
Undersized, but
yeah.
tough.
But he comes from a football family, and now he's getting his opportunity. He was on the offensive side. Now he's on the defensive side.
That's great to hear.
2nd and 5. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I thought Tigers jump off sides. And then and Bob Denver with a flop. I don't know if we can get a replay, but the delayed flop by Bob Denver over there on the right tackle position, I don't know if we got a replay on that.
No, because he got tapped?
No, he really didn't. The two guys on the interior
down.
got hit, but are unlisted on the roster. Bob Denver there was able, it looked like he did a flop there. Let's see it on the Arctic Air replay. Check it out.
So the Tigers jump.
Yeah.
And you see him coming, and then
it's one outside of those. Oh, right here.
Right
there it is.
Kind of a delayed.
Yeah. There was nobody. He was lined up out there uncovered, and
he's down.
Yeah, now
hopefully just a cramp. He cramped his leg. That's maybe why.
You would think on the interior lineman it just cramped up. You don't expect to get hit like that, and the clock now does stop with the injury at 3:09 here. Palmetto Tigers with a 42-0 lead here in the third quarter. And that's Jose Mora. And that's
if he was in the
field.
NBA, that'd be a free throw.
Did you see
for the other team?
Did you see that on the outside, Troy? That flop?
Yeah, that was better than LeBron.
Now Jason Boone, our cameraman, up there, giving you that nice shot there.
That's like being Jason right there. I mean, you can almost touch the camera and make some changes there.
Yeah, slot select. And
yeah, all that fancy stuff.
It gives me a nervous stomach. Anytime I look at technology, Ken, it makes me very nervous.
It's just great when it works. And
my business partner happens to be my son, and he happens to just love to yell at me during the technology. My incompetence there on the technology side of the house. But 2 minutes and 55 seconds here. Scott is going to take this one out of the pistol formation. He has big James Donnelly in the backfield. Hands it to him. Nice run. Takes a big hit there. And goes for a gain of about 4 yards on the play. That's really, that's really one of those things about having some undersized linebackers. You can see the contact there. And we're on the camera now. Justin Stansel in here showing off.
Just having fun.
Having fun here on TigerVision tonight. 2:20 on the clock.
Welcome to our office here.
Yeah, welcome to our office. You haven't seen anything pretty yet, but stick around. We're both over married. We could bring the spouses in here, right?
Yeah, we could.
Okay, so now 2:06 on the clock. Scott takes this one, hands it ball off. Nice jump cut, and then he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 1 on the play. So James Donnelly unable to turn that corner on those speedy Tigers.
Yeah, he almost needed just to get on out there and fight for as much as he could, but he was delayed getting out there.
Let's take it down to Troy Bellamy on the Arctic Air sideline report.
You can see Coach West and the rest of the staff, they're still coaching very hard here. I think they're really going for the shutout here tonight, as well they should. The defense has done an excellent job holding this offense out of the end zone, and our offense put up normal 40 points. So we'll see if the defense can hold up here.
Thank you for the Arctic Air sideline by Troy Bellamy. Minute and 15 on the running clock. Donnelly gets it again. He's going to be tackled there, and there's going to be a flag on that. I thought he had him underneath the pads there. We'll get that on the Arctic Air replay. I thought initially had him underneath the shoulder pads.
Caban. Well, let's see if we can pick it up here.
So it goes out.
Watch.
Oh, he's got it.
Grabbed him right.
Yeah, got him right there, and that's Trez Yarn that got up there just a little bit under the face mask, I believe.
So that's gonna.
So
put Ida Baker in the red zone.
Knocking on the door here in the ASA Power red zone at Harley Stadium. 30 seconds on the clock. Probably time for one more play with the running clock here in the third quarter. Got big Donnelly in the backfield with a lead block, and this time they hand it to younger Donnelly, and he goes all the way
Donnelly with a hard carry
to the 1 yard line. So
we got a young man down, 31.
Player down on the field.
Ethan Arrington.
Yeah,
Ethan
Arrington, the linebacker, is down. There goes the clock with the running clock. Well, I think what we saw there was the older brother Donnelly in there blocking for younger number 7, James Donnelly.
A couple of them missed blocks.
Boy, couldn't quite see where that ball was, but it's spotted just inches short of the goal line.
And that almost disastrous play because he was fumbling the ball. It looked like he was bobbling the ball as he took the handoff but he was able to regain it, and he was able to then push his way down to the 1 yard.
Right now, thank you.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Because I don't want to ruin my game.
And vaping and sports just don't mix.
Because I care about my lungs.
Because it's more addictive than cigarettes.
Because getting suspended doesn't look good on college apps.
Because we don't know the long-term effects.
Because it's stupid. What's your reason?
Now we look in on this beautiful drone shot here. We remind you that there is fun in the air at the Manatee County Fair. Put these dates on your calendar, January 11th through January 21st. So we had Ethan Arrington down on the field out there.
He's
looks
coming
like
off.
He's fine.
I think that was number 30,
30,
not
yeah.
Arrington.
So that
Arrington's 31.
That's Jamari Mays.
Yeah,
then.
Mays.
Yep, the senior.
He's had a pretty good night here at safety, playing in his first extended action of the season on senior night. It's good for him.
Some offensive linemen enjoying the moment.
So now first and goal from the one in the ASA Power red zone.
They had to go 99
Scott
yards.
Hands it off, plunging forward, driving, no signal yet. So he's going to be marked short of the touchdown. So that is going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Bulldogs. Adrian Scott's going to go over and talk things over with the coach over there. Clock continues to wind. 11:32 on the clock. Running clock here with the Palmetto Tigers with a 45-0 lead.
This is who wants it more here.
Isaiah Hogan, the center, will snap this one back there to Adrian Scott. And it's a left dive left, goes for nothing to James Donnelly there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Andrew Leverett and Paul Moore.
So that was Leverett that made the tackle there, number.
With the tackles.
I heard that over there. So Andrew Leverett with the tackle. Yeah, and also involved was linebacker number 24, Paul Moore, on the play. Now breaking the huddle, ready to punch this one in, are the Bulldogs. Desperately need 6 here. Scott hands the ball off left, driving hard, and that's going to be a touchdown. Good running there by number 7, James Donnelly.
I know Coach Farmer wanted that goose egg tonight, but you just got to feel for the Ida Baker. I mean, they've only scored that's point number 41 for them for the whole season. So
yeah, great job by
them. We have 42 tonight, so great effort here that they're still fighting. And
yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there's no question about that. But the defense, we tried to get some of the second team players in and some of the third team guys to get in and get some action. And you got to be happy with giving these guys an opportunity to play. Experience can only make them better.
Oh, high snap. Ball's down, and Thurston Howell III with the connection there, number 10. Not listed on my roster. So really it is now 42-7, Palmetto Tiger lead here, 9:20 on the clock.
So Howell III.
Thurston.
Is that his real name for real?
No, that's when I've not provided the roster.
Oh, okay.
And they're not updated on Max Preps. I thought in a running clock game I'd have a little.
We have a list.
I heard Denver and Thurston Howell. I was like, wait a minute. I know Sarasota is a place of this area is an area for stars, but
Yeah, there's plenty of time to get your rosters there. I spend weeks, and Luke Bussell will tell you, we spend hours and hours on the phone calling ADs, begging for rosters. And so if you don't got them on there and it's a running clock game, beware.
So we've got Gilligan's Island here, Star Trek, the original series, and haven't thrown out a Hogan's Heroes
I
yet.
did get Alex Hale in there. You know, I
Alan
believe
Hale,
the skipper.
yeah.
We got the skipper in there earlier.
Whose name was Jonas Grumby on the show.
That's right. Now a nice kick, and it's going to be fielded there at the 30-yard line and up to the 40-yard line.
Nice return.
And Rock Lodge, you know what? He says, I want to pad the stats a little bit tonight.
Yes.
You know, senior night, and wanted to, you know, get some numbers out there tonight.
I'm sure Rock would like to get some numbers, but we have to try and keep him healthy as we move through the playoffs. It's going to be very important. He's one of the most explosive players on the West Coast, so we got to get out of this game healthy.
Get your shepherd's crook out there, Troy. You know how they used to do it behind the curtain, and get him out of there, Troy. Don't want to see Rock Lodge pick up an injury here in a running clock game with 7:41. Now there's going to be a timeout, so that's going to stop the clock.
No doubt. Again, with the timeout on the field, again, we want to get our starters out. We see Clayton over on the sideline. Rockland is now out of the game. Zach Samuel is out of the game. So it's important for us to be healthy as we move playoffs, as we have an opportunity to correct some things against familiar opponents in the coming weeks. So let's see what we can do here.
Thank you very much, Troy, with the Arctic Air Sideline Report. Your mother, Joyce, is going to be so proud of you tonight, Troy.
Yeah. I'm hoping to make her proud.
Yeah, you are. You are. You're doing a fantastic job. 7:41 on the clock, and Palmetto Tigers have this 1st and 10. Oh, there's pressure by the defense that time made things tough to make a good throw. So incomplete pass. Clock continues to wind. It's 7:30 on the clock here. Second down, Second down, fourth quarter.
Watching the replay.
He got hit by the up back.
The up back hit him. Yeah, his counterpart, and didn't look like he and the receiver were on the same page.
This time he throws a long, wide pass out there, turning it upfield. Running over a defender is number 83, Cooper Stover.
I think that's
the play.
His
now a flag on the play.
Second catch, and he's excited, pointing to the first down. Let's see what the flag is.
Must feel that there was a personal foul there against the Bulldogs. We'll see how they sort it out.
Yeah, that is definitely a personal foul against number 5 of the Bulldogs. He's been frustrated going both ways. There's no room for that in the game at this point.
Yeah, Carter Long there. You know, yeah, he has had been out there all night on both sides of the ball, Troy.
Let's see if we can pick this
and
up.
Apparently he looks like he hurt himself while trying to hurt one of the Palmetto players, and now he's laying on the field. But again, we're
there it was, right to the left of our screen, right after.
And so
right after
some of the
Stover
teammates
went
back
down.
there are looking at it on the film, and they're having fun with Sean Williams having gotten slammed on the play. But again, that's illegal. So let's see if we can move forward with this.
But while they sort it out, and then there's an injured player on the field now, while they do this, Troy is a basketball coach. You know, those fall league games, and, you know, you and I understand this, and Coach Abel understands this too. You're getting new players in there, and then they're sorting out all these personal fouls and all that, and we've burned about – now the clock stops now, but we've burned about 2 minutes of clock during all that. And you're trying to get your young guys out there to play.
No doubt about it. You want to get your young guys out there, give them an opportunity to win a person. You're going to one of your kids.
Very true. 6:01 on the clock as time has been called here on the field. And it looks like we've got an injured player on the Palmetto at about the 45-yard line. And then there was a player over there I think a cramp and some water brought into the Bulldogs. Looks like they're fine over there on the defensive side of the field. You know, Ken, tonight we've had everything. You know, we had the Rockets red glare. We literally, you know, we have the national anthem, the Rockets red glare. We literally were watching. There it is on the screen. Check this out. You only see it here on the often imitated, never duplicated TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. There's your rocket shot during the game here.
Right before we started the third half, I flipped open the Rocket app. I keep up with them, and it was right at 10 seconds, and then about 2 minutes later, it's flying out to space. I was actually over in Titusville. Saw my first actual live launch after watching, hundreds like this, growing up and watching them walk on the moon, all that. Finally got over there and saw a real live rocket launch with a 3-hour delay.
Wow. It's something here.
Guys, it seems like this is a little bit more serious than what we thought. They're calling.
Oh, goodness.
The doctor, I don't know what's going on, but apparently they're tending to the young man who was a personal foul, but it seems to be that it's a little bit more serious than originally thought.
Oh my goodness!
Is that Long?
It's Carter Long.
Carter Long, number 5.
Carter Long, number 5.
Troy.
Yes, number 5, Carter Long.
So my prayers are right now out to Carter Long and hope and that he is going to recover from this just fine. Let's. You never know, and it's not a hot night here at Palmetto High School tonight, so it doesn't look like a heat-related type injury.
Let's see.
He
see if
really
we can pick it
slammed
up.
the guy to the ground, and they both fell with a hard impact. So
Let's see if we can.
It's not there.
He was back earlier, I think.
Right there.
Was it right here?
Yeah, he was out of the picture there, so we couldn't see that. Palmetto players there taking a knee there, and very respectful of the fallen player here. It's very sad here with only 6 minutes and 1 second left in a running clock game.
he seems to be sitting up now, and a little bit. He's responding a little bit. And they're going to take precaution now. He's beginning to get up on his feet. So that's a great thing.
Thank God. All right, so he's up. That's great.
He's very woozy. He's very, very woozy.
So
he's walking off.
So we're going to walk this one off. And see, very nice. Number 6, Nathan Ogurantitsky. That's Oguro Dzinski. Comes over, and he
head coach there with him.
Head coach is coming out,
walking with him,
and he looks like he's really getting much better and stronger. It looks like he's just about up to speed there, and he makes it off the field.
So it's a 1st and 10. Stover moved the chains on the reception. Half a quarter left.
McLean throws it out. Nice little throw there across the middle, breaks the tackle, driving forward, shaking. Going to be spotted right across the first down. So it's a first down, right across the marker for the first down.
Is that
another
Robertson?
JV receiver, Zion Roberson, getting some action here.
Yes,
nice looking receiver there, 6'3".
Yeah, big kid, just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little thin, but just a sophomore. Man, that's awesome.
Number 84 will be carried for the Tigers.
Stancil, the 9th grader, getting some more action. Nope.
Big block out there wide.
This little running back that just checked in for us, number 32, has beautiful feet. Just watch him if he gets an opportunity to run the ball here.
Troy, I don't have
You got a name for us?
I don't have that on my roster, so we'll figure that one out. So he rolls around, throws it out there to McLean, got a receiver out there wide, Cooper Stover. down to the 10-yard line.
I think they want to score.
Number 83.
Yeah, this is all the junior varsity players who are trying to make their way and show that they have some varsity chops.
And this is good for them to get an extra couple of weeks of practice and then getting into the playoffs. It's almost like a extra spring practice for them to grow and learn the offense a little bit more and the speed of the game.
Had to have a holding call on a receiver out there, Troy. What we get?
There was a penalty.
Illegal.
And downfield out.
Clock's running.
Second 13 for the Tigers.
Shane Park.
Nice run by the running back, and he goes to the 25-yard line.
You were right, Troy. He's tough.
He's good footwork, and
all right, 3:34 on the clock. Oh, McLean steps up. Smart play, running forward, and he's going to be driving for the first down.
Yeah, the play broke down, and he was just put it in running back mode there with a nice gain. It's going to be 4th and about 1 here.
All right, so
we're going to try to make them jump here.
Sorry,
first.
we don't have that. I was trying to get the number or the name of the running back there. It looks really good back there, 302.
Nice. Oh, there's
his name is Shane Park.
Shane, what was the last name, Troy? Troy, you're breaking up, Troy. So
Shane Parcher is his name. Okay. He was junior varsity running back, and he is very good.
So now it'll be 4th and 6.
Yeah, so some JV players. I just asked a young student here, probably middle school, who's her younger brother, number 61, is in the game and not on my roster. So just a recent move up, I would guess. Here.
It's open.
So it's got a man, and it's got a safety back there sitting on that one. And so this clock continues to wind.
Yeah, he had the split receiver open as well. He was going for the home run there and wanted to get that score.
Yeah, I think McLean was really itching to try and get that one in the end zone, and he was looking for Sean Williams, who was fouled on the play, and I think they were trying to hook up. I heard them talking to each other on the sideline about it, but they weren't able to connect. So maybe the defense will try and make something happen here as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, we're down to 2 to 3 more plays, and that should do it.
Should just about do it. 1:35 on the clock now. Not rushing things along are these Bulldogs. It looks like the clock is about 1 minute and 24 seconds away from the end of the Ida Baker season this year. But tonight, they've been tough. They played tough. Players have been playing both ways. And you can see that there's not a quitter out there in the bunch. So kudos to Ida Baker. For coming into a game like this, everybody thinks that Palmetto is going to win. But to arrive and not dip out or anything silly like that.
Yeah, with 29 players, I mean, they're tough.
Scott will take this out of the pistol, hands it off, and there's nowhere to go. That's Josiah McKnight there, but knifing through there. I didn't catch the number on that for the Tigers. Big number 90, Audrey Walker is in there now. And he's listed.
That's 90 is Zach Betts.
Okay, Zach Betts. I'm sorry about that, Troy. I've done
right.
that twice with Audrey and Zach tonight. 6 foot, 315 pounds. Because I looked at Audrey's weight at 245, and I was looking out there at Zachary, and I was looking more at 315. Big kid.
Oh, wow.
Nowhere to go on this one. So the clock, that's going to do it for this game. And with that, it was not really any changes than the prognosticators thought on this one. Palmetto with a very strong win. Probably would have liked to have a shutout on the board and maybe a 50 up there, but 42 to 7 is a very big win for these Palmetto Tigers.
Yeah, I'm anxious to hear what Coach West has to say to the team as they finish on a winning note. They finish with a winning record. Mission accomplished tonight. They took care of business, rested some players. Hopefully, didn't look like we had any injuries, so we're about as good as we're going to be heading into the FHSA playoffs. Now that after tonight, we go from 67 teams to 32.
Again, hang tight because we're going to, as we wrap this out, look at some of the scores of interest that are coming across the screen there. Venice with a 21-8 lead over Clearwater Academy. And then Troy is going to go grab Coach Rashad West and about this victory here tonight, and we'll have an interview.
So in our region, I think everybody knows you're going to have to get past Venice to be the regional champs. They're going to open next week with another district champ, Charlotte. Lakewood Ranch will travel to Manatee. Now, this is as of tonight. Things could change just a little. Palmetto will be going to Riverview, where they played earlier this season. And Gulf Coast, who's seated higher than Immokalee, will go to Immokalee because Immokalee's a district champ. So that's our region next week as of now.
Okay, let's see if we can pick up things with Troy Bellamy and Coach talking to the student athletes out there.
So I'm happy about it. We'll watch it, we'll clean it up, and now the second season begins. We talked about it earlier. Now that we're in, anything can happen. See what happens. You guys get a break. Make sure we see your parents, see your families, get in, get out. Have a safe weekend. All right, we'll see you guys on Monday. Get a break.
Go ahead, Luke.
Troy, I can't hear you just quite yet.
See if I get a mic here. I have Coach West here. We were able to get the season down. What are your reflections on this season here as you go into the playoffs?
It's not over yet. Yeah, we're into the second season now. We'll see where we go. We made some strides. We just continue to try to overcome. Just to beat ourselves week in and week out. It's been a good year.
Points have not been probably 30-plus points, if not having one of the more explosive offenses across the state. What do we need to do to take that next step as we go into the playoffs?
We just got to get some more stops. We've been fortunate to score some points, but we just got to play an all-around team game. We're still searching for that, that team game. That all three phases are clicking. We're still searching for that. But, we'll clean it up and we'll figure it out as we get going into next week.
No doubt. Now we get the chance to play Riverview, I believe it is, again. Perhaps or somebody that we're very familiar with. Any changes that you saw as you got some guys to get rest and you were able to get some younger players tonight?
Yeah, man, it was great to get those younger players. And I'm not going to focus on who we got next week. I was just happy to get some of these seniors in that hadn't played a lot as well as some of these young guys. And we were hoping to get them in, and we were able to do that tonight.
Great job, Coach. Regular season. Let's get on to the second.
Yeah.
That's Coach Rashad West giving us his thoughts on the season. Did a great job coming in a short period of time, getting the quarterback in and installing his offense. And you can see, again, the major thing about this is that we're averaging got to be close to almost 35 points a game. I don't know the exact stats, but we've got to be very happy with our ability to be able to score in various ways, special teams on offense and on defense. Now we just have to finish up what we're going to do so we can take those next steps into the playoffs.
Thank you very much, Troy Bellamy, with the Arctic Air Sideline Report, interviews with Coach Rashad West. Coach West has placed a new system in here Very impressive. Got a lot of young bodies out there on defense. They're starting to catch up. Tonight, holding a team to 7 points was good to see. And we're going to get some statistics in from our Atlanta studios. And then Ken and I will wrap this up. So if the statistics from the Atlanta studios come in, I'll briefly talk through those, and we'll get to back. We'll wrap it up. Oh, some highlights here on the evening. Rock Lodge. Here's those final statistics. Ken, why don't you give them to me?
All right. The stats really don't reflect the outcome, and sometimes that's the way football works. Rushing pretty balanced. Both teams 90 to 101, but Tigers did it on less than half the carries, and passing attempts was the difference with the yardage. Ida Baker having really not much of any passing game, and then Palmetto. But just 241 yards because a lot of the scores were special teams and defense, and we had a blocked punt touchdown. So just an overall effort, and I think Coach ought to be just thrilled tonight that he got the big win, got off the losing streak, got his 18 seniors in there. We saw them quite a bit. And they're going to be in the playoffs next week, and they're healthy, Brian.
So, Ken, what I would like, I know you know the big picture with all the different things that can happen to every team in this area where they can go. So I'm just going to ask you 3 questions. Just Palmetto, specifically Palmetto. Next week, the following game, and perhaps the game after.
Okay. Well, that you would be asked. You'd be looking at Region 4 for Class 4S. So we are right now we are sitting at the number 6 seed in the region, which means we will play the number 3 seed Sarasota Riverview, which we played them earlier in the year down there. Every one of these games will be on the road. That was the game that went 52 to 51 to 42 or something like that. Had a track meet, and the Tigers just couldn't keep up with them. And if somehow we can go down there and knock them off, we will most likely play the winner of the Manatee Lakewood Ranch game. So again, in the second round, good chance if we win the first round, we would be at Hawkins Stadium. And of course, the district, you got to get past Venice. They're one of the top teams in the state. The state runner-up last year, state champion the year before, and they might have been the runner-up the year before that. So, eventually you're going to have to go up against Venice, and for us right now it would be the third round.
And that's the point that I asked Ken Burton, the Minister of Information here up in the press box. Great job of answering that question. To the point, you heard it right there. Thank you so much, Ken. And I'm going to wrap this one up. Tonight's final score from Harley Stadium in Palmetto, Florida, in this 4S Region 4 District 13 versus District 15 matchup. The Palmetto Tigers 42 and the Ida Baker Bulldogs 7. Be sure to keep in touch for any schedule updates or notifications by going to our YouTube landing page, TigerVision Palmetto Tigers. We again thank the #1 fans in the world for watching the often imitated but never duplicated TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. One town, one team, go Tigers.